without makes you feel like giving those intimate, deep parts of
I
yourself,
should
those
just do
wifey
this
type
whole
parts of
thing,
yourself, to a man
really,
that ain't even
cause this whole thing is just like
going to
off
be.
the chain.
Because
Hold on, I'm gonna start at the beginning though.
we got our first question at the mic. What's your
This
name? What's your
motherfucker
question?
snap, dog. Listen to what he
My name is
said.
Kendall. So my question is for the
This
ladies.
tonight's
If
conversation.
you got a man that's taking care of you 100%, are you down to follow his lead without question?
Without question. Without question, Keita.
You know, my teacher told me there was no dumb questions. I got a lot of motherfucking questions. So I don't know if I could just follow with no question. Can I write it down instead of like,
So you're not gonna submit to your man?
I think we should submit to each other. Ain't that what the scriptures say?
His question ain't about
Fact.
each other.
Oh, okay.
So
My answer is no. Go, Kitty.
Wait a minute, hold on.
No.
Because you know, at first I was gonna give something different until you shook your head when she said it was dual submission, and so now that's gonna make me change what my response was going to be. Because what do you mean? What is a man who's doing everything? What does that look like?
If he's doing everything, like he's paying all your bills, he's making sure that you're secure, you know what I'm saying? Protector, provider, provisioner, the whole nine. So if he's doing all that for you, are you going to submit to him completely?
without question.
Without question.
Don't leave that part out. Okay, go ahead.
Without question.
Okay, if we're speaking from my standpoint or we're speaking from me, then yes, I would follow a man's lead because and this is me saying because just with my husband, he does all of those things. But I'm also going to say though, even though you are a person who gives someone security and everything else does not mean that you still qualify to be a leader.
Fact.
And the reason why, and I'm only going to say
Big
this
fact.
thing, I'm only going to say this because where leadership starts is within yourself. And a lot of people can give great things, have all of these great qualities, and they can do these things for other people, but still within themselves, they still are indecisive with decisions. They still lack responsibility. They still can't make their own decisions. They still have to rely on other people's opinions to make decisions and things like that. So having those possessions doesn't necessarily mean that you are a great leader. And I do think that it is absolutely appropriate for a person who possibly maybe doesn't have their own security or maybe didn't have security in the past or maybe have been disappointed or let down in the past to still be able to ask you certain questions when it comes to their own livelihood.
I just feel like that shit is just crazy as hell. Now what you said, I agree with everything you said. But I just think that shit is crazy. Don't ask me no questions. Like if you, okay, so you lead and you say you want chicken tonight, I'm not allowed to ask if we can have tacos? I'm just supposed to shut the fuck up.
I guess he pays your bills.
Oh, well then.
Well, hey, listen.
Well,
That's why you gotta have your motherfucking money together.
Come on, let's talk about that.
Damn. The thing, Trip, before you go, what's up? I don't want to. Go ahead. No, you good. I'm gonna wait till you go.
He go
Ladies,
hard.
y'all good? Yeah.
He deep.
So real quick, I actually want to ask for clarity. When you say without questioning your leadership, are you talking about questioning your decisions or questioning your ability to lead?
Questioning the ability to lead.
All right, check me out. I want to first of all, black man, I want to commend you for putting yourself in position
Black
to be a
lives.
protector, to be a provider. I want to commend you. This is not a slight to you personally because I don't know you. I don't know where you show up as a leader to say that you are or not or aren't one. But I'm a side with Kitty on this and say that part of being a leader is understanding who your flock is and who they ain't. You have to know who can be trusted to follow you and who can't, right? You got to know your followers just like they got to be able to identify a leader. So when you find yourself in the presence of a woman who doesn't trust your leadership, what part of you as a leader then says, I need to convince this woman that I'm a leader?
I'm about to
Right?
leave that right
If
here.
you know you
That's why I keep
be
looking down.
on your shit.
Listen up.
Because you lead in other spaces, you protect, you provide, because this is who you are as a man. What does it say about your leadership when you go to battle for a woman over something that you've already validated yourself, if you validated it, if you've proved it? You feel me? This is to say that, like, if I'm a man that know I protect, know I provide, know I'm leading, all that, I'm not about to convince you, shorty.
Facts.
Mm.
It's because it's women out there who already know what's going on, who respect what I bring to the table, who respect how I move as a man. Shorty, I'm not about to sit in your face and let you questioning my decisions is one thing because those affect you. But questioning my ability to steer us in a positive and fruitful direction, I'm not about to let you do that to me, not when I have the fruits of my own labor to show for it.
Yeah.
But I think that's the.
Preach.
Okay, you got it.
My issue with this question is that the leadership is in the eye of the beholder. Just because you say that you're a great leader don't mean she receives you as a great leader. And sometimes and that's what I'm saying, sometimes there's a disconnect. If she doesn't receive you as a leader, that doesn't mean you're not one. It just means that that's not the person for you. Also though, maybe you're really not one. Because when you devalue leadership to just provision, I can pay bills, I can do this, that, and the other, that's not true leadership. Sometimes that safety she's looking for is not physical, it's emotional. Sometimes it's reaching deep into her mind and understanding her and listening to her and being a servant inside your relationship. And sometimes when those things are not prioritized, because as men we taught our worth is in our pocket and in our jeans, right? But sometimes this woman doesn't value that the same way you do. So if you're looking for a woman to submit to you without question because you are bringing finances and protection to the table, you might need to search for another type of woman. Someone that's looking for somebody to save them financially. But if you got your own shit, this whole without question thing.
Oh, you already know I'm on that. That's the type of shit I'm on.
Now listen, let me be to the ladies that's listening. Don't let this fuck up your happy home though. If you got a good nigga, hold tight to that motherfucker.
Hold him tight.
It's about 72 in LA. You got one of them. So you better be happy with your nigga to come home. Your nigga that's bringing. Okay, Stefan, what's up?
So I want to attack this or address this from a different angle.
Okay.
There's a lot of y'all out there, women, respectfully, that your inability to see that man as a good leader is due to your unresolved trauma for the other man who could not lead you.
Rewind.
So, I mean,
Chill the fuck out.
Let's put it out there because
What's up, young man?
a lot of y'all have either seen your own fathers fail, you've seen men that you've been with before fail, and you don't trust any man to lead. So no matter how strong his resume is, you will find something to question. And you got to be real with yourself when the issue's within you and not what this man is or isn't doing.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to stick on this question for too long. But when you say without question, that sounds like an employer.
Yeah.
That sounds like a boss. When you say without question, I think in healthy spaces, questions should be, it's welcomed. It's not even like, it's like you are allowed to voice your concern because I care about your consultation. I care about your counsel. I want to hear your opinion. I don't want you to without question me, because if I'm stepping in the wrong direction, I need you, my partner, to tell me. I'm not going to pick a woman with whom's counsel I don't trust. This is a person I go inside our household and we talk about things. So I implore you to seek counsel. But if you don't got that woman you feel can give you some counsel, maybe you need to change the woman you with. What's up?
No, just a slight. How happy am I if I'm questioning everything though? Like men say that, right? Like I'm doing everything right. I'm providing. I'm doing all this, and she's still questioning. Well, something is lacking.
Well,
something is
what
lacking.
I'm saying is, maybe it's clarity. And what I mean is, if I'm saying we gonna make this step here, I'm gonna get the best out of you if you understand why we're making that step. And if you don't understand why we're making that step, I want you to ask me so I can explain to you. Sometimes we don't need to use trust or submission. Sometimes you can just know it's a good ass plan because you got discernment. You can read the plan and you can be like, yeah, you're right. But if I'm expecting you just to go because I say go, that's a lackey, not a partner, not a wife, in my opinion.
No facts.
And I know y'all gonna be like, you simping and shit. Nah, that's real. I want a partner. I'm not looking for no fucking subordinate. Thank you for your question.
I would actually like to piggyback on what you're saying. And this is just my humble opinion, my nigga. My niggas. But just for all my gentlemen that desire to be leaders in relationship, maybe a little advice and shit. Consult her first. You ask questions, and she won't have to question you.
Big facts.
If she was consulted when the plan was being created, she don't gotta ask a bunch of questions about how the shit being executed. You feel me? She already know her, and I'm.
So I just want to add. I'm just gonna pause. I just want to add, as a leader myself. That's one of my rules, man. In my relationship, don't question me. I know what I'm doing. But that's just as an alpha male myself, just to relate to what dude's looking for. But I don't never get questioned. But not everybody is gonna be as submissive as they want or as they need to be for you to be a leader. So to get back to that, I'm gonna hit play on that. But yeah, that's just what I want to add. Like for me, I don't have that problem in my relationship at all. You know, she calls me king, and she treats me accordingly to how your Majesty would be treated. You know what I mean? Like I'm treated as the king. But yeah, we're gonna get back to that video. I'm gonna hit play.
I'm not talking about for my me macho ass niggas. Like for y'all, I'm not talking about giving up your leadership and all that shit. I'm talking about sitting your lady down when you putting the blueprints together. Okay, where did you say you wanted the bathroom? All right, big bet. How did you say you wanted it built out? Fine. This is where my man cave is going. We have no questions there. You said you wanted a hobby room over here. That way, when construction is going on and shit is messy, when shit don't quite look right, she already know why y'all going through the storm. She already know why it's a pile of shit over there. She already know why things ain't quite. But bruh, it's so much work that you can do on the front end to not be questioned as a leader, because ultimately the duty of a leader is to serve those that they are leading. You are not leading in the direction that you want to go. You're moving in the direction that the herd is supposed to go, my nigga. That's your duty as a leader. Question your lady. I promise the more questions you got her, the less shit she gonna have to say to you.
How good? How good is the plan if
dope.
it can't stand up to questions?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if the plan is solid enough, a question won't bother you.
But that be the thing, the plan be faulty as a motherfucker. Shaky as shit. Shaky as shit.
What's your name? What's your question?
My name is Nikki, and my question is it true that as a man gets older, he is more valuable to a woman, and that as a woman gets older, she is less valuable to a man as she makes more money and gets older?
Okay, let me break this down. Trio, don't answer this wisely. Do you feel that women lose value as they age?
No, I don't think they lose value. But I think that premise comes from like most women in their opinion as well. They would say, yeah, back in the day I used to be built like this and da 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 da. So they get to talking about their looks, and unfortunately most men value looks at the top of the totem pole in terms of when we evaluating you. So I think that's what that notion comes from. When you get older, shit start to sag a little bit. You start to gain a little weight. You start to have less, whatever than you had when you was younger. So I think that's what the definition is. And in the opposite way, most men, when they're young, they broke, right? We still trying to build our situation. But the older we get, we hit 35, 40, supposed to be, because there's some niggas that's still 35, 40, still broke and not where they need to be. That's another conversation. But I'm talking about the dudes who actually own their job. They elevating in that field and becoming more confident in themselves, more financially stable. And that is what's at the top of y'all totem pole. So I think we got to address like the context of that.
And y'all be saggy too.
Oh, no, I was about to say
y'all
that.
Be having titties too.
Hey, listen.
Okay,
listen,
I had to say it. I'm sorry.
Now that I'm 35, my left nut sags like.
That's too much.
Okay, that's too
We're
much
not that
information.
close.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's too much.
But niggas, hold on. The funny part about it is niggas be acting like we don't get a little saggy too. You know what I'm saying? You get older, beauty is something that fades. And I'm gonna say this before I get the trip. Beauty is something that's fading. That's why I think it's more important for us to look intrinsically. And I think a lot of times us as men, we mess up because we do value how someone looks instead of how they can serve and show up inside this family and be there for us. And then when we do that, we ignore those more important things. Now we are unhappy in this relationship. And now we stay in it because of routine and shit. And when that beauty fades, what else are you left with? And so I think my experience is women and men who are intentional about their healing, intentional about knowledge and wisdom and health, increase in value, because look what now I can bring to your life now. But if we are only valuing the youthful things, I think we're missing the point. What would you say?
I just wanted to say, as a licensed and certified auntie whisperer,
That's a course.
that yes, post-grad, I'm really in there. You're appreciated by a multitude of men, okay? Because there are a large demographic of men who appreciate the precision and prowess of an older woman who got her shit together. I'm not going to sit here and say that every man is built for a woman that got her shit together. But it's a certain man who has his own program in place, regardless of age, who understand what it means to be in the presence of a woman who got her program. You feel me? We standing on the same values. You have shit to lose, so I know you're not about to come over here and fuck my shit up.
Talk to him.
I also want to say, as a younger nigga who was fucking around with older women back in my whole days, fellas, let me talk to the fellas real quick on the older woman's behalf. Young niggas, if you here. And by young nigga, I mean 25 and down, because your brain don't even work right. You need to go ahead and get you an auntie, bro. You need to get certified. Why?
Auntie certified.
Why? Because usually with women your age, you're going to have to learn lessons the hard way. An older woman is going to refine you. Follow me, my nigga.
Facts.
An older woman going to refine you, because from the door, it's going to be certain shit. And I mean from the physical door of her home, it's going to be certain shit she's just not going for. Right now, in your young chick house, you be wearing your shoes through her house.
Right.
You don't take out no motherfucking trash when you leave. You be wearing your outside clothes in her goddamn bedroom and shit. A woman over 35 ain't letting none of that shit happen. And that's just from the physical door, my nigga. You not gonna have sex with auntie any old type of way. You gonna bring something over auntie house, cause she got a list of shit that she need, nigga. You gonna bring something over there, you ain't coming over her. Now what that teach you, my nigga, is how to be company. Not just dropping off some dick. It teach you how to be company. Cause an older woman want company. She don't just want dick. She been had that. She had dick back in 95, bro. So if you a nigga that's below, she had dick before you was born, bro. She got kids your age. Get you an older woman, go ahead, let her refine you. That way when you go back to a woman your age, you know how to fuck to act. And you can stop losing good women and shit and learning your lessons the hard way, my nigga. Let a older woman too when you're up. Now,
I want to, before we go to our next question, I want to center this though.
The other side is, he was saying men are more valuable because
Wealth typically increases with age. All right, the older you get, the more you can accumulate, the more you can offer. Do we agree that there's...
Okay, my name is Alicia. My question is, so why is it that I can be wifey material, doing all the right things? A guy can say that he really cares or loves you. You have everything together, but you're not his choice at the moment. He says, I'm not ready for a relationship, but he has kids and should be on that path. What's wrong with my picture?
Hold on. You misunderstood something. Just because I want you to be in a relationship with me doesn't mean I'm in a relationship with you. Just because you go with me doesn't mean I go back with you. And here's the thing, when a man says, I'm not ready, that doesn't mean you get that nigga ready. That means you listen, because here's the thing, an unready man is ready to hurt, ready to lead on, ready to waste your time. And you are listening to a man tell you he's not ready, and what do you still do? Be his wifey type? You are being a wifey to a man that ain't even your boyfriend yet, and you are questioning him instead of questioning yourself. What about your self-worth makes you feel like giving those intimate, deep parts of yourself, those wifey type parts to yourself, to a man that ain't even committed to you? My point is, if he ain't ready, say next. You deserve better than being placed on layaway by a man that may not ever get you out of that motherfucker. And the whole time you were allowing the qualified suitors to pass you. My question is, if you thought you can get the man you deserve, why you waiting on the one that ain't ready yet? So what you have to do is look inside yourself and say, What about me that doesn't think that I can get what I deserve? Get what I want, that I'm worthy of it. And if there's some tangible things you feel like you need to heal, because sometimes we got to take accountability. Sometimes the reason we are attracting this low energy into our lives is because maybe we low energy too. Nobody want to talk about that. Maybe the fact we are attracting or entertaining unready people is because we not ready ourselves. So maybe if you upgrade your life, you heal yourself, and you get to where you need to be, then maybe you will have a higher standard for men to reach over that deserves your wifely type qualities. All right, clap it up, clap it up.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say. Also, I think what's big about this is sometimes your idea of everything ain't necessarily his. You said I'm doing everything. I'm the perfect. This. I'm doing that. Yeah, you may be doing everything that you consider everything, but a lot of times women don't ask that man what it is that he actually wants from you, and you may not be giving him that. Because a lot of women give to a man based on what they would want from a man, and we totally different. You see what I'm saying? So you got to really sit that man down and figure out what it is that he wants. And if he's still shaky in terms of what he giving you, then okay, you got a valid question. But a lot of women don't even give a man a chance to give him that explanation.
That's fine. Did you have something?
I was just gonna say,
I'm gonna stop it right there, man. Y'all got to go download the app, man. Motherfucking tonight's conversations. Hey, that shit, bruh. Hey, that shit is hard as fuck. It's all real shit on there. They speak about all real conversations on there, bruh. And it's like you relate to so many of them. So like, yeah, I give it 10 stars out of 10. Definitely. This Bullet Speed Entertainment, man. Like and subscribe, and send this to a friend.